Dreams are what keep us growing. They are what keep us alive. To give up is to let our dreams die. For those who believe, no proof is necessary. For those who don't believe, no proof is possible. There is no truth on this island of yours. Rather, there are as many truths as there are stars in the sky, and every one of them different. To free yourself from perceived bonds, you must test the strengths of those restraints and risk failure. Beauty exists not in what is seen and remembered, but in what is felt and never forgotten. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. All is mystery, but he is a slave who will not struggle to penetrate the dark veil. Because horror on earth is real and it is every day. It is like a flower or like the sun. It cannot be contained. It is foolish to tear one's hair in grief, as though sorrow would be made less by baldness. Our lives were just beginning. Our favorite moment was right now. Our favorite songs were unwritten. A room without books is like a body without a soul. Imagining something is better than remembering something. True success cannot be achieved until you have experienced failure. A conscious human is driven by their conscience, not popular opinion. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to take 10 forward. The only difference between money and blank paper is that I can use blank paper for campfire. If everything was perfect, you would never learn and you would never grow. A dumb idea isn't dumb if it works, so you might as well just try it out. Those who grant sympathy to guilt grant none to innocence. Your past doesn't determine your future. What matters is what you're going to do with those past experiences to start moving forward. There's a very positive relationship between people's ability to accomplish any task and the time they're willing to spend on it. It's a sad day for American capitalism when a man can't fly a midget on a kite over Central Park. To forgive is wisdom, to forget is genius, and easier, because it's true. It's a new world every heartbeat. A goal without a plan, without strategy and execution, is nothing other than a wish. A goal without a backup plan is but a wager. Nothing that happens to you is meant to be. The only thing about you that was meant to be is you. Blaze your own trail. I can't feel my tongue, but I know it's there because I'm talking. By what men think, we create the world around us, daily new. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Don't tie your success to anything other than what's inside you. You often feel tired, not because you've done too much, but because you've done too little of what sparks a light in you. True, life is complex, but so are a great many accidents. To know the history of science is to recognize the mortality of any claim to universal truth. Please go for your dreams. Whatever your ideals, you can become whatever you want to become. To realize the truth, you have to cross the boundaries of all religions and prophets. In the end, you can't always choose what to keep. You can only choose how you let it go. This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before. The world should have been in Technicolor, but seemed more like black and white. Rejections come the moment we decide to turn our one day into day one, and that is totally okay. Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. Whoever cannot seek the unforeseen sees nothing, for the known way is an impasse. It's better not to know authors personally, because the real person never corresponds to the image you form of him from reading his books. In the high country of the mind, one has to become adjusted to the thinner air of uncertainty. I need you to be happy. I need one of us to be happy. For every dilemma, find at least 3 or 4 possible solutions. The creative process leads to better results. Yeah, all things live forever. though at times they sleep and are forgotten. Never fear love's absence in your life, because it already exists within you in great abundance. Life is the greatest of all mysteries, and though I seek to solve its many riddles, my deepest fear is that I will succeed. Real life is messy, inconsistent, and it's seldom when anything ever really gets resolved. It's taken me a long time to realize that. Nothing is built on stone, all is built on sand, but we must build as if the sand were stone. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. But understanding will always require some effort. You probably wouldn't admire a friend who was good at everything if it cost her no effort. Do not let your difficulties fill you with anxiety. After all, it is only in the darkest nights that stars shine more brightly. At your absolute best, you still won't be good enough for the wrong person. At your worst, you'll still be worth it to the right person. None of us will ever accomplish anything excellent or commanding except when he listens to this whisper which is heard by him alone. Expect everything, I always say, and the unexpected never happens. Having the best doesn't make you the best, but producing the best makes you the best. Sometimes, we are so attached to our way of life that we turn down wonderful opportunities simply because we don't know what to do with it. If you can feel the future, then you are about to experience it. If you are under the impression you have already perfected yourself, you will never rise to the heights you are no doubt capable of. You only get one life. Live it to the fullest. All your miseries will be forgiven when you will be dead. Luck is a word used to describe the success of people you don't like. Truth has nothing to do with the conclusion, and everything to do with the methodology. Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. The smell of the sweat is not sweet, but the fruit of the sweat is very sweet. We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one. Integrity is a powerful force, keeping you alive to others long after you've left their presence. Almost anyone can be an author. The business is to collect money and fame from this state of being. Sometimes people don't understand the promises they're making when they make them. Life starts out with everyone clapping when you take a poo and goes downhill from there. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. Forgiveness doesn't have to be when they are sorry, but when you show compassion to those who don't deserve it. Always remember people who have helped you along the way, and don't forget to lift someone up. It is a fool's prerogative to utter truths that no one else will speak. It does not matter how slowly you go so long as you do not stop. Persistence, perfection, patience, power. Prioritize your passion. It keeps you sane. Do not let your conscience prevent you from thinking clearly. Let reason learn to stifle your conscience when it is necessary. Take it moment by moment, and you will find that we are all, as I've said before, bugs in amber. Insanity is doing the same thing, over and over again, but expecting different results. Sometimes, the things and questions that make us angry are true in nature, or we know they are, deep down in our heart. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Gratitude is a sign of maturity. Where there is appreciation, there is also courtesy and concern for the rights and property of others. Don't look to the approval of others for your mental stability. There is force in the universe, which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. We shouldn't live as if other worlds mattered more than this life in this world, because where we are is always the most important place. Life is a blank canvas, and you need to throw all the paint on it you can. When you choose one way out of many, all the ways you don't take are snuffed out like candles, as if they'd never existed. One must work and dare if one really wants to live. I would never die for my beliefs because I might be wrong. We had the experience but missed the meaning. An approach to the meaning restores the experience in a different form. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. Heaven wheels above you, displaying to you her eternal glories, and still your eyes are on the ground. An unbreakable mask and cunning are the keys for executing a plan flawlessly. Thoughts without content are empty, intuitions without concepts are blind. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. I need to stop fantasizing about running away to some other life and start figuring out the one I have. True siblings are bound together by far more essential things than blood, while more times than many blood isn't thicker than water. The only true borders lie between day and night, between life and death, between hope and loss. Stop blaming outside circumstances for your inside chaos. You rely too much on brain. The brain is the most overrated organ.